If the heart has started breathing, then you come back into your body, and that's the point at which you are going on to the next phase of being in heaven.
Yeah, so I died. The second time I came back, wasn't there very long because I flatlined again because I was drowning on the blood and everything else. So now, what happened was I died again. This is the third time. So the first time I was actually in heaven for 15 minutes. This time I was in heaven for 17 minutes. Not exactly the 20 minutes without the oxygen, but that's probably when they got the heart going at that point in time. So I died again. I instantly back in heaven. I'm standing at the inner courtyard. I hadn't seen Jesus yet, other than in the distance. I did not know how long I was going to be in heaven this time. I knew I really was happy to be back. The smells, the feeling of peace. My body's going through craziness down here. And up here, there is no craziness. Everything is just beautiful. And I look and I say, okay, I'm going to Jesus. So I walked up to Jesus. And I found out my dad was wrong. My dad told me that I would go walk up to him and I would start with my right knee on the ground and my left knee on the ground. And that wasn't true. I fell full, straight, face down, full prone in front of him. I couldn't stand if I wanted to. And I just cried like a little baby. And it wasn't tears of sadness. It was tears of joy, of humility. The emotions. I'm actually, you think about you want to meet Jesus. I was actually in front of him. My Lord, my Savior was right there. I didn't know I was going to be able to talk or do what. I didn't know what. At this point, it was just overwhelming. The awe. And I remember laying there going like, oh my God, my God. And he stood and he walked over and he reached out with his hand. He says, take my hand. He grabbed my hand. He said, stand. It's going to be okay. And with his help, I stood. And he wiped my tears. Jesus wiped my tears. Not figuratively, but literally. I'm still trying to get this all into some kind of thing that I can even comprehend. And he said, we have much to talk about. We're going to walk and talk. And I said, okay. I'm not going to argue with him. At that point, you would think, Jesus just helped me up. I'm able to talk a little bit now. The first thing out of my mouth, selfish me, was, can I go back? I need to comfort Carol. I want to go back and comfort her because I know what she was going through. I wasn't comprehending anything else. It was just that was on my mind because I loved her that much. And he never even addressed it. It just like it went right over his head. I figured, okay, well, I'm not going to push the issue here. So we walked through heaven. I was with him walking and talking for 43 hours and 28 minutes. One-on-one time with Jesus. We walked through heaven and he shared with me things about heaven and so on. He shared with me about the new heavens and the new earth. And share with me, he kind of scared me a little bit. He says, well, this is not where everybody's going to live for all eternity. And I'm going like, that's not where I'm going to live for all eternity? That's not what you said. He says, the new heavens and the new earth will be the heavens and the earth that you live with for all eternity with him. And I go, and then he explained it to me. I said, oh, okay. I'm glad he explained it to me real quick, because it kind of just jabbed me real quick. So we're walking, and we walked over, and he showed me where I'm gonna live. And he says, this is where you're gonna live. And the Shock and Nugget, the three little dogs were over there running around in the pasture in the back, and the place was just beautiful. Oh, I could spend another hour describing that, but I'm not gonna. And the horses came
Well,
running
just,
up.
if I may, just kind of interject there. So a lot of questions around what does it look like? Does it look like a farmhouse? Is it a different architecture? Just briefly, if you could mention what it looked like.
Absolutely. And that's a very good question, because as Jesus shared with me, our mansions aren't literally this huge 50-room story. That's not what it is. A mansion is a significant term to what is you consider a mansion. Somebody would consider a 2-bedroom house a mansion. Some people like to live in the cities with apartments close to each other. That's what they actually like. Beautiful apartments. Some like smaller houses in small communities. Some like out in the outer communities in the countryside. So it's what your intellect, your mind conceives as a mansion in a realistic fashion is what you're going to live in. So it's going to be an individual thing. He doesn't just do blankets. Some people may not live like that. But Jesus knows that your mansion is different than mine. And he knows exactly what it is that you're going to want to live in. And he provides that for each and every one. So there'll be cities, there'll be close in, there'll be townships, there'll be out in the country. So it's your individual mansion. So when you imagine what your mansion is going to look like, what would be the most perfect, beautiful home that you would consider your mansion? That's what you will be living in. And it's so cool to know that everybody gets. He doesn't try to categorize or put everybody in a little box. He wants to fill your heart's desire. Your heart's desire is different than mine. But his heaven is not just for me, it's for everybody.